When Nordkalk and the forest company Mellanskog started clear-cutting their way towards the Ojnare forest to open their planned limestone quarry, we were there to stop them. The limestone quarry, if opened, would not only clear 420 acres beautiful and extremely rare old-growth forest, but also poison the water in Bästeträsk, Gotland's biggest lake, and where drinking water is taken. In the beginning it was enough to go into the 75-meter security area of the forest destroyer to get the driver to stop. We stopped their work when they just got started, but Nordkalk soon became impatient and the driver started to break security regulations to continue the massacre. When they came close to the planned quarry site, enough people were aware of what was going on so we could stop them completely. Around 100 people showed up in the forest and stood in front of the machine, and the chainsaw men were stopped by people going into their 20-meter security zone. Farmers on Gotland gathered to protest to save their water and to block the machines for one day, but it was harvest season and the blockade couldn't last. The work in the forest came to a halt for 3 weeks thanks to people keeping watch and blocking their ability to work. Tuesday, the 28th of September, 70 Stockholm cops arrived to the forest to help Nordkalk clear-cut the forest and sabotage the drinking water. With cops circling the chainsaws, it was no longer enough to go into their security zone to stop them. With cops around, it was suddenly okay to break security regulations just to get on with the work.
Avstånd på maskinerna.
Alltså du går så långt.
20 meter.
Det är så långt som...
Det här är 5 meter.
When the cops escorted the big forest machine, a farmer blockaded their way into the forest, so they became delayed and had to take a detour. Then we climbed the trees where it was going to cut.
Så klättrar ni ner nu så blir allting mycket enklare. Släpper du ut era bara så glömmer vi alltihop.
After trying to talk us down, the cops let it start and take trees no more than 5 meters away from the trees we were sitting in. The danger for human lives were nothing compared to Nordkalk's economic interests and the cops' honor in completing their mission. People continued for a week to slow down the work by being in the way, climb trees, hide, or in other ways try to stop the destruction. Some people were charged with trespassing the cops' closed-off area. Some people were on several occasions removed from the forest. They were driven back to our base camp, but sometimes further away. The cops closed all roads leading into the forest. One they put gravel on just to make it difficult to drive. The story made some headlines in the Swedish mainstream media, so then on Saturday, Greenpeace wanted some limelight. In the morning, activists chained themselves to the machines and stopped the work for a few hours until the cops cut them loose. Lunchtime, more than 200 people of all ages gathered in the forest. When mainstream media had left the place, the cops wanted to start working. When they started the machines, a lot of people sat in front of them linking arms. In the beginning, people were dragged away violently. But with 100 people against 140 cops, it was too much. The work was halted until the cops told everybody that no clear-cutting was going to take place that day.
Det kommer inte att bli någon mer avverkning idag.
In the evening, the local authorities stopped further work and Mellanskog pulled out until the Supreme Court have had its say in this case. This was no victory. Mellanskog had taken 37 acres during the week. Without people in the forest, they could have taken at least twice as much in the same time, and the pause is just temporary. The Supreme Court of Sweden has now declared they are trying this case, and their process can take a whole year. But after that, they can grant Nordkalk permission to clear cut and open the planned quarry, so then new attacks on the forest and its inhabitants can come. The Ojnare forest is unique, but it's not unique to exploit it. All wilderness is under constant threat from civilization's greed for what is called resources. Whatever happens in Ojnare, we shall not forget that we live in a very special time in the history of the world. We live through the 6th mass extinction of species in this planet's history, and it's caused by humans. The war for life on Earth continues everywhere. Without cops around, not many people are required to stop the machines, but if they are granted permission to continue, another troop of cops will be sent. When an old oak outside a Swedish television was going to be cut, protests were going on to save it. It was cut during the night when few people could witness and intervene. The Ojnare forest is too large to be taken during the night, but a similar strategy is to expect. Maybe they come when the cold winter makes many people stay at home. Maybe they will work regular school and work hours. But we will not give up. We have stopped them before and we can do it again. With your help. Stay updated and be prepared to come to the forest.